So just when you're preparing to do legs up wall, sorry for my back to the camera there. Just put your hip against the wall or the piece of furniture, whatever you're using, and gently let yourself come back onto your back. Turn your hips and just wiggle your way into position. So if you have a couch instead of a wall, feel free to add pillows or blankets under the feet to elevate them slightly. You just want your heels above your heart. So just to let that blood flow happen. You can bring your arms out to the side or above your head. And then just start to breathe slowly and deeply. Once you're here, if you'd like, feel free to go ahead and add a blanket if you find it's a little chilly or anything like that. Also, if you find that your head's not comfortable, feel free to prop under your head as well. And just stay in this position for a moment. I'm just going to mute myself for a second and I'll be back. I just have to move my dog into another room. One moment. Sorry about that. She's an escape artist, I swear. She was settled in the room with my daughter, but got out. So as you're in the legs up wall, just make sure that you have a nice soft bend in your knee if your heels are against the wall. And just open up that chest. And with your eyes closed, with your intention, just soften the muscles of the back. So along the spine, relax the shoulder blades, release the abdominals to let the lower back ease against the mat. If your arms are out to the side or above your head, soften the muscles around the armpit, into the chest. And then for the last minute in this pose, as you breathe, expand the belly. Pause just for a heartbeat or two. And then release the breath. And as you release the breath, bring the belly button into the mat. Pause and then inhale. And just return to your normal breath. Keeping your legs on the wall, just bring the arms up, rotate the wrists, exaggerating the movement one way and then the other. And just move the hand from side to side, bending and flexing. Wiggle the fingers, squeeze them together, and open them wide. Then just shake the arms as you lower them back down. Shake out the hands. And placing the hand on the belly, just for the next breath. Inhale and exhale with pursed lips, letting go any tension. Easing the hips away from the wall or the furniture just slightly. We're moving into figure 4. So just bend your knee, placing the sole of the foot either against the wall or the furniture. Trying to make a 90-degree just to start. So knee over the hip, foot out, and cross right ankle over left. And just see how you feel here. Are you getting a beautiful stretch of that right hip? And when I say right hip, I'm talking into the glute area. If you need to, don't be shy about massaging to soften the muscle. If this is just on the verge of, feeling a little tight, but it's loosening as you breathe, stay here. If you need to, move the hips away to kind of ease the stretch. If you need a little bit more, walk those hips towards the wall or the furniture. And then you can rest your hand on your inner thigh, not the side of the knee, just the inner thigh, very gently, just resting the hand, not pushing. Or hands out to the side or above the head. And then just settle in. So this pose is a beautiful pose for the hip. It's actually quite intense. And as you loosen the muscle, if you need to move the hip in, please do. If you would rather, if you're not comfortable on the ground, if you're ever anywhere sitting, cross your ankle over your knee and just lean forward slightly. And you can do figure 4 wherever you are. And as you hold the pose, just remember to maximize your stretch. Soften the glutes. Don't hold them tightly. Breathe into the lower abdomen, softening those abdominal muscles. And just try to become one with your mat. Halfway through, just take a deep breath here. Observe your hip. Has it loosened up? If not, but there's no pain, just stay right where you are. If it has, and you'd like to, just walk the hips in, see if you can get just that little bit more stretch. Remember, there should never be discomfort. If it's a good stretch and you feel it loosening as you hold the pose, that's perfect. Just releasing the ankle, not pressing on the kneecap. Just place the soles of the feet on the wall or the furniture. And then ease away just enough that you can put your feet on the floor and rock your knees from side to side. And from here, pausing at the center, soles of the feet up, just walk them slightly to the left, bringing your hips over to the left, and then roll the knees to the right, arms out to the side, turning the head over to the left side in a reclining hip roll. So just remember, if you find that a little more challenging on the knees, put a pillow between the knees. That also eases the pelvic floor a little bit. If your arms aren't comfortable out to the side, bring them down, or bring the left arm on top just to rest on hand resting on the belly. But just find where you're comfortable. If the left shoulder is up off the floor, just grab a pillow to prop it down. If you need to, come out of the pose and reset. Breathe kindly and softly when you're in a deep twist. Close your eyes and just settle in. Very gently ease the head back to center. And then the knees. And just move the hips back until you're in alignment. Then roll over to the side. Coming all the way up into tabletop. And I'll just turn a little bit sideways here. But take your time coming up into tabletop. And when you're ready, just flow through a few cat-cows to ease the back after lying and reclining for some time. And just flow through. So really drop that belly down. Beautiful. Inhale, drawing that belly button up. And exhale as you round the spine. Inhale as you drop the belly down. Pause. Just flow through. And then pointing the toes to the back behind you, just ease back slightly. Round the spine. Pointing the fingers back or out to the side to support the body. And just stretch the front of the leg out from the knee to the shin, to the ankle and the foot. Just imagine trying to be up on your tiptoes just like this. And then when you're ready, walk forward. Bring your hips down. And we're moving back up into legs up wall, transitioning into figure 4 on the other side. So just ease the body back as you bring your legs up. And just come into legs up wall or calves on furniture, whichever one you're doing today. Just point, flex your feet, move the ankles. You can use the wall to point and bring your heels to it. Just move the feet, wiggle the toes. And then very gently walk those hips back out until the right leg is at about a 90 degree, more or less. Get yourself comfortable, cross left ankle over right knee, taking care not to put pressure on that kneecap. And then if you had your arms out or above your head, maybe just see if you're comfortable putting them in a different place or even palm down to internally rotate if that's comfortable. Or elbows down, hands on the belly, feeling the breath. So just find what works for you for the arms. And as I said, your hands are a prop. If you need to ease that hip a little bit, don't be shy. And then just settle with your breath. Slow it down. Listen for your heartbeat. And just about halfway through, see how your hip feels. Decide if you want to stay where you are, if you need to back off a little bit, or scoot those hips into the baseboard a little bit. Just find where you have a beautiful stretch. It's a nice tension, but no discomfort. Then intentionally soften the glutes the pelvic floor, the lower back. Slow the breath and close your eyes. Then very gently, if you need to, support the foot, but release that leg, placing the soles of the feet down. Walk the hips out of the wall or the furniture, and then just rock the knees from side to side. So the closer the knees, the easier it is, the wider the knees, the more challenging it is. Just be cautious if you widen your feet. It will be a little more challenging when you bring your knees in. So again, just stretching those hips, moving the joint internally and externally in a very kind way. And then bringing the feet hip width apart, knees up, just walk them over to the right, bringing the hips over as well. Then rotate the knees to the left, head to the right, coming into reclining hip roll. And again, once, I'm just going to get up for a moment. Once you're in the pose, feel free to experiment a little bit. Be kind with the breath. You don't want to take harsh, big, deep breaths when you're in a twist. Just be conscious that you are twisting. So you want your breath to be easy, smooth. Find where you like your arms. Try putting a pillow under the shoulder or under your head if that feels appropriate. And if you don't want to turn your neck, just gaze upward as well. So just find the reclining hip roll that feels good. Give you a gentle twist. But is kind on your body. Ease the knees up to the center. Bring the head back to center as well. Draw the whole body into alignment, and this time roll over to the left side. Ease up. Coming into tabletop. And then when you're ready, coming into tabletop this time, I'll just turn sideways. Curl the toes under and just very gently ease back. So just till you feel a nice stretch in the toes, you don't overdo it. If you feel like you can come all the way back onto your hips to heels, that's great. But I recommend just starting gently and then letting it go. Just tap the toes or wiggle them, whatever feels good. Placing the top of the feet down, ease back. So just making sure we stretch out, using the hands to support. And then walking forward. One more time, very gently curling the toes under. Ease back. And then walking forward, coming into tabletop. And I'm just going to kind of turn here. Hopefully you can see all of me. At the center, inhale. And as you exhale, keeping your hands where they are, bring your right hip down to the right heel, chin to chest, and just stretch out. Inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, left hip to left heel, chin to chest. Then just go through that. If you need to walk the hands out to get a little bit of stretch, that's okay. Not too far. You want to be able to come shoulder over hand at some point. Just exhale, just move through that for a few breaths. Just getting some movement, stretching out that back, easing the hips. And then coming back into tabletop, bring one hip down and then the other. And we're just going to come into a wide-legged forward fold, and we're going to dual purpose this wide-legged forward fold. So when you come into the wide-legged forward fold, just lean forward slightly. If you feel a nice tension on the inner thigh, perfect. If you don't, keep a nice soft knee, lift your hips, and just walk them forward slightly until you feel the engagement. Can you feel that? Yeah, so all we're going to do is ease forward slightly, and then we're going to take our right elbow, bring it over the head, left hand on the right elbow, just try and pat yourself on the back as you lean forward. So when you're doing that, you should feel a nice stretch. If it's not comfortable, just bring your arm across. We will do that, but just start there. Release that down and just roll the shoulders back a few times. Nice big emphasis when you draw the shoulders up as if you're shrugging, and then roll them back and open the chest. Nice, slow, deliberate. Use those elbows. Nice big movements. And then just chin to chest, hands down in front of you, and gazing up. Just taking your time. If you don't want to gaze up, if that's not comfortable, just bring the chin up slightly, gazing forward and slightly up, and then chin to chest. Nice. Then just shake out the shoulders before bringing the left one up, right hand on the left elbow. Just give yourself a nice pat on the back for showing up for yoga today. on a rainy, windy morning. Fun story, we got a new gazebo and we're in Wind Valley with Centennial behind us and it's holding up so far. We've gusting to 50. And then release that down. And this time, roll the shoulders forward. And really nicely roll them. So when you come forward, try and bring them to each other so that you're rounding your back. As you come back, use the elbows to draw the shoulder blades together. So really use your breath. Really move, close your eyes so you actually feel that nice movement. So rounding and then opening up. And then release that, shake it out. And then look to the left. So try and bring your chin over your shoulder, but keep your chin level or a little bit tucked. Come back to center, drop the chin just for a moment to reset. Gaze up, and then across to the right shoulder. And then come back to center, shake it out, and then bring the right hand across the body, again, below the shoulder level, and use your left forearm to kind of hug your right tricep, your right triceps, and just bring that across. Just let that stretch. So almost let your right arm dangle into your left. So you want to maximize that back shoulder stretch. Nice, release it. And this time, just roll one shoulder back and then the other. And really feel like you're twisting the body. Add a little bit of flow. So don't be shy about moving from side to side, engaging that core. Nice, and release it. And now looking straight ahead, gaze up. And as you exhale, bring your chin down to your right armpit. So inhale, gazing up, exhale, chin to armpit, pause the breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to left armpit. And just flow with your own breath, just for 2 or 3 times, stretching this out. So as if you're looking down, checking contents of a bag or something. Or you're in the car and you're looking for your sunglasses. And then just roll the shoulders, gently move the head to release the tension. And then when you're ready, draw the other hand across. So for me, left hand across, hugging the left triceps with the right forearm, and just bring it across. And then let that arm rest, and just try and stretch into the back. Release it. And this time we roll the shoulders back. So shoulder forward, shoulder forward. And you can use the hands if that helps. Just rolling as if you're swimming. And if you want to, you can even just do that. Okay, but we're moving our shoulder in a different way. We're trying to engage the muscles around the shoulder blades. Nice. And then interlace the fingers, stretch up, look up. Release them down, exhale, chin to chest, dropping the shoulders. Lift, inhale, interlace the fingers, stretch them away. Try and keep the shoulders down, pushing the palms away, hands below the shoulders. Nice. Release them down, release the shoulders. And then we're going to do it backwards as well. So inhale, interlace, and then exhale. And if you can't interlace, we'll just hold hands and drop the shoulders and bring those shoulder blades together. Sit up tall. Nice. And then release them forward, shake it out. Lastly, chin to chest, and just draw half circles from shoulder to shoulder. Be very gentle. And then coming to center. Just for a moment, hug your knees in and just move on your glutes. So the glutes, and just move as you're comfortable. If it feels better, if you'd rather come into easy seated and massage the glutes, or it's a hybrid, so hug your knees in but open them up. But the glutes are a really big muscle that we use every single day, right? To sit down on a chair, to get into the car, to walk the stairs, to walk, period. So we just want to make sure that we're giving them some love as well. Perfect. And then when you're ready, bring those heels out in front, let them come out about hip width apart. Walk the sit bones back. And just send your chest forward. So, giving our hamstrings some love. I highly recommend, if you have a habit of hyperextending, that you just place a pillow. So I actually hyperextend without needing to. So just put a pillow so that it keeps a nice bend in the knee. And just come into a forward fold. You can have a bent back here. We're going to stay here for a bit. As long as you're feeling engagement in your hamstrings, stay here in your thighs. If you find that you need a little bit more, inhale up and just resettle into the pose, walking hips away from the heels. Just feel that length from the hips through the heels, and actually all the way from the heels to the lower back. And slowly inhale up. Widen the legs back out into our last pose before Shavasana. And you have a couple of different options here. You can inhale, send your chest out, and try and bring your right hand to the left side. Alternatively, if you would like, just bring your left hand down to the inside of the left knee. Inhale, lift, and then just try and touch your toe. So we're just trying to get into the side body here. So gentler version. This is a little bit of more of a challenge, still nice. The thing about bringing the arm over is breathe gently, because you've got some compression. Make sure you've lifted up and over. You haven't just come down. So lift up and over. And just keep reaching out and over the toes. And inhale up. And all we're going to do is exhale forward to reset the shoulders over the hips. Just pull it down, chin to chest. And then inhale up. And you can either exhale and bring your left hand to the right side of your right foot, or right hand down on the inside of the right leg. Lift as you inhale and Lift as you exhale over. You just want to make sure that if you're bringing your arm over your head, that you can still see the elbow in front of you. You're looking straight ahead. If you're twisting and leaning forward, be kind with your breath. Inhale up. And this time, walk the hands behind and just draw the shoulder blades together. Try and bring them together as if you're holding a quarter between those shoulder blades. Just nice. Gaze up if it feels good, gaze forward. Wherever your head feels good, just move there. And then taking your time, ease forward, bring the knees in, hug them into the chest. And then very gently round the back, move the hands to the hamstrings as you ease back, coming carefully and gently onto the floor. And just enjoy a very long body stretch. Stretch it out, point and flex, yawn if that feels good. Hug the knees in, one at a time or together. Rock if that feels good. If you need a deeper stretch, move into happy baby rock. Just round that back, stretch it out. And then one more big body stretch. So point those toes as far away from the fingers as you can. And then when you're ready, just bring yourself into Shavasana. So I'm going to sit up here just to walk you through Shavasana, but find where you're comfortable. So perhaps pillows under the knees to ease the back, maybe a pillow under the head, a blanket, a sweater, socks, whatever you need. Take the next few moments to just settle into a reclining pose on the mat. As you get comfortable, feel the warmth of the back body against the mat and the openness of your front body facing the ceiling. And just settle your attention around the belly button, moving with every breath. Hear the sounds around you. Feel the beating of your heart. Just let go of the tension in your muscles. Starting with your head, soften the forehead and your cheeks. Ease your jaw. And let the neck rest in a neutral position without having to hold tension in the neck muscles. Breathe in And as you breathe out, soften the arms, letting go of the tension from fingertips to your shoulder. Feeling across the body, shoulder, collarbone, across to the other shoulder. Feeling the shoulder blades. Let that whole area ease deeper into the mat, calming, relaxing. Ease the rib cage with it. Soften the belly and the lower back. Ease the sides from armpit to hip bone. And just bring warmth into your whole midsection. Maybe picturing a small sun warming it. Maybe imagining a heating pad bringing warmth to the area. Ease the hips, softening the glutes. Relax the legs from hips to toes, inhaling. And as you exhale, feeling the legs easing tension, softening into the mat. And taking 3 breaths, inhaling through the nose, all the way to the heels. And as you exhale, soften the body. Soften it more with the second breath and even more with the third. And then fully settle into Shavasana. Very slowly, almost as if you're moving in slow motion. Bend the knees, drawing the soles of the feet into the mat. And then lifting the right knee, bring it into the chest, placing the hands on the right shin. And just bring that in, bending and flexing the foot. And then holding on to the hamstring, just bend and flex the leg. And release it down, switching sides. Hug the left knee in, hands on the shin, just drawing it in. Bend and flex. And if you can't keep the hands on the shin, just bring the hands to the hamstrings. But move your ankle, wiggle the toes. And then releasing the hands to the hamstrings, just bend and flex. And then just bring the soles of the feet down, hip width apart, and just rock gently from side to side. So just giving everything one last stretch. Inhale as you draw the legs up. Exhale as you release them down. And then pause, bringing the knees back to center. And just walk the feet to the outside of the mat. Turn the toes in just slightly. Lift the hips, tuck the pelvis, and just bring the lower back to the mat. So just stretching out the lower back just for a moment. Then just lift. Let the back curve again. Walk the feet in. Perfect. Bringing the palms up. Give those wrists another turn either way. Wiggle the fingers, open and close the hands. And then just bend and flex the elbows. And you can turn the hands inward and outward as well. Just move your joints. And then bring the hands down, place them on the belly, elbows out for support as you just turn your head from side to side. So feel free to do this every morning before you get out of bed. A nice way to wake the body up. And enjoy a long stretch. Inhale and then exhale. Don't be shy about your breath. Use it to let everything out. And then bringing the hands in, bringing the knees in. Just roll over to the left side in fetal position. And just for a moment, cushion your head on your hands. And just send yourself some gratitude, or just acknowledge that you took the time for your practice today. And smile. Feel good. And using your hands, press down against the earth to lift yourself up. And just before we end the class, we don't want to forget one important part of the body. Just take your hands, rub them together, warm them, and just resting your elbows down or just tipping your head downward. Using the outside of the hand, place the palms over the eyes, not pressing on the eyelid at all. Take a nice deep breath. Just let the warmth of your hands ease the eyes. And with your head down, eyes closed, just massage the cheeks. Use the palm of your hand to move the skin of your cheeks up and down, up to the cheekbones, down towards the jaw. And then just taking the hands in a V, run your hands along the jaw, up to the ear and then come back so that the chin is at the point of the V, and just soften that jaw. Then just bring the hands down, take a nice deep breath. Your next inhale, sit tall, gazing forward. Roll the shoulders back and down as you bring the palms together, drawing your hands together, inward towards your heart. Anjali Mudra. Feel free to say Om with me or just enjoy the vibration. Inhaling to chant. Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, 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 love and respect to Mother Earth and our universe. Namaste.